We're here today and I'm going to interview wood carver John Alexander, and we're taking a look at some of his carvings, his world famous carvings. Look at how beautiful that is.
When I was a young man, well, as a teenager even, I've always had a yearning for art. Always loved to paint. Did a lot of oil painting when I was a young man. And when I retired, I've always wanted to carve, never had the time because it takes an infinite amount of patience, a long time to do them. And I finally decided to pick up a knife and start carving, and that was 12 years ago when I retired, and I haven't looked back. I started with small birds and went on from there and do fish and decoys and such. I could talk about these cardinals. They're my state bird from Ohio, my original state. And my childhood memories of them were looking out my window and seeing them on snow-covered branches. So when I finished them, they just didn't look right. I just couldn't figure a way to mount them. And I thought, well, why not mount them in a setting that they're natural to? So I found this branch and I carved it down a little bit and mounted it. And then talking of texture, in order to get the effect of snow on the branch, what I did was I got a product called Gorilla Glue, because what it does, it expands. And I just brushed it all over the branch quite thick, and then it started to just swell. And then it swelled up looking like about 1/4 of an inch of snow. And then to get the texture right and everything right about it, I got the titanium white paint and put diamond dust sparkles in it. And that's how I got the texture of the snow.
Okay.
The decoys are something that's dear to me because I'm a duck hunter, and I've always been fascinated by them. And this is one of the first ones I ever did, actually, this mallard. And from a texture standpoint, when you carve a decoy, or anything for that matter, when it's smooth, it has a certain amount of beauty to it. But in order to bring it alive, to bring it to life, you have to add texture. And as you see, the feather texture is there. You do it under magnification, and use a tool called a detail master, which is a very fine, like a razor blade like knife that you heat, and it burns and cuts at the same time. And it's all, like I say, under a magnifying glass, and there's several thousand lines, and probably 8,000 or 9,000 lines in this decoy, feather lines.
And we're just taking a close-up of those lines. Boy, that must have taken you a really, really long time.
About 160 hours to do this one decoy of work.
Wow.
Yeah, the largemouth bass, again, I'm a fisherman too, and this is mostly from memory, although I did have some photos to go by. I carved everything here, including the rocks. These are not carved. These little cattails are actually natural cattails. But after I going from a texture standpoint, after I'd carved the fish, I decided to put all the scales into it to give it the texture like a real fish. And it came out quite well, I think. And then from there, I wanted to put it in a setting that showed it off, made it look right. And so I mounted it with a pin on this manzanita root, sandblasted manzanita root, like a piece of driftwood, and then decided to carve all the rocks. And then I airbrushed those to get the natural effect on those.
And I'm going to take a close-up on those rocks. I thought they were real river rocks, and I asked you if you went out and found those. Wow. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
All right, John, I just wanted to thank you for coming to the Wowie Kazowie Art Show today.
This is my aunt Stuart, and we're going to paint this pudding.
Good. Pick a color. You want green? There's one. There's two.
It's gonna be
I'm here with my friend Jana and her dog Ozzy, and I've got my dog Manford, and we're gonna see if our dogs can paint too. Okay, so here are our artists. Ozzy, let's see what Ozzy can do today.
Okay, Ozzy, come here. Come on your paws and paint. See what you can do. Oh, that's beautiful.
Let's see what Ozzy does. Come on, Manford. Come on over here. Come on, here. Come on.
No, sorry.
This is vanilla pudding. It's vanilla pudding. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Oh, my. That's gorgeous.
That's
Beautiful. Manford, come here.
so beautiful.
Come on.
Here's Manford. Is it in the-
So pretty.
Is it red?
Come on, Ozzy.
Ozzy's picture.
It's gonna be a wild future.